Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1982 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Oakland A's and the Detroit Tigers at Tiger Stadium. On the mound for the Athletics is Matt Keough, whose record is 8-4 with a 2.54 ERA. And pitching for the Tigers today is Brian Kelly, whose record is 2-0 with a 2.95 ERA. Okay, so we are coming out of the All-Star break ice cold. We lost all 4 games in Toronto to the Blue Jays, and I don't really have a good reason for it. We did not pitch well. Our bullpen was spotty. Our offense, we had a couple home runs in that series, but we couldn't string anything together. We made a comeback in yesterday's game, so we showed some signs of life, and then the bullpen blew it in the ninth. It was actually Roger Weaver. Not his fault. An error by Trammell started the inning in the worst possible way, and then it just snowballed. So we lost yesterday's game 6-5, and because of that loss, I've expedited the process in making a trade for a reliever. Now, if you haven't seen the video that I put out earlier today, you may want to pause that and go back and watch that video. It would be the video in sequence in the 1982 Detroit Tigers season replay playlist before this one. And you may be entertained by the process in which I made the trade. I took basically 3 different options of relievers, 3 different players, and we went through the process of trying to figure out which one was best for the team, and we made that deal. So I'm going to reveal that now. If you want to just watch and see what I did, I'll show you right now, or you can just go ahead and pause it, come back to this video, and check out the other video. So here it is. Here's the trade I made earlier this morning, and this is a new trade template that I created just for trades. So whether it's a Tiger trade or a trade with 2 other teams, I'm going to use this to show the trade players traded in the deal. So, at any rate, we got Dave Smith from Houston, and he's actually listed as tired, so he's going to miss 1 day with us. Won't play today, and that's realistic, right? I mean, you don't really ever get traded and then play the same day. And we gave up future closer Mike Henneman, who's rated almost a 99 as max rating, and Scotty Earl, who will probably be a second baseman, an everyday second baseman for Houston at some point. So a couple players we didn't necessarily need. Now that we traded for a closer, do we really need to hang on to Henneman? Also, we have Jeff Montgomery in AA, another potential closer. So that was the deal that we made, and we're going to go ahead and get started with today's game. As always, I appreciate everyone following along, like and or subscribe. Also, check out my other playlists where we do sports card breaks, which is baseball, football, hockey, and basketball card breaks. Those are all playlists that are available on my main page. Check some of those out. There's some fun stuff on there. And here's how we're going to set up the bullpen for now until Dave Rucker comes back. So Dave Smith will be in short relief. We're still going to stick with Roger Weaver. Is Roger Weaver better than Dave Smith? Probably not, but we're going to stick with some loyalty for now and see how Dave Smith adjusts to the American League. And we have Brian Kelly pitching today, making his first professional start. He will get 2 starts, and then Dan Petrie will be back in 8 days. So 2 starts for Brian Kelly. We'll see what he's got. After losing 4 in a row, it's kind of rough to throw that guy in there against the best pitcher on the A's. Here are the batters who will be facing Matt Keough today. And Bobby Ramos is going to be in there for Parrish. We're going to give Parrish the day off. He had 2 errors. I mean, he's just been... he's getting better at throwing out base runners. I believe he's over 30%, but otherwise, terrible defensively. He's got no power, and we're going to give Bobby Ramos a chance to play today. All the other guys are... you know what? I also wanted to mention, I was looking at all of our outfielders' defensive ratings. As it turns out, Rickey is best in left, and Andre Dawson is best in right. Dawson's been playing center. Rickey's been playing center. So we're going to put them in their best defensive positions and move Eddie Miller into center field starting today, and we'll see how that works out. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and do the official lineup rundown for the Oakland A's. Batting leadoff, playing center field, is Rusty McNealy. Batting second and DHing is Shooty Babitt. Batting third and left field is Tony Brewer. Batting cleanup at third base is Kevin Mitchell. Batting fifth at first base is Kelvin Moore. Batting sixth in right field is Mike Davis. Batting seventh and catching is Ed Putman. Batting eighth, playing shortstop, is Tony Phillips. And batting ninth at second base is Jerry Remy. Brian Kelly making his first start. Hey man, this guy has been good at every level, including the major leagues. Now we've been using him basically in short to middle relief. So going 1 or 2 innings, maybe he had a 3. Well, look at this log here. This log will tell you everything you need to know. You can just analyze his log. He pitched 2 2/3 innings in his last appearance versus Milwaukee. He gave up a run. He's given up runs in 2 consecutive appearances. Did not realize that. We'll see if Kelly can give us at least a good 5 innings today. And you see the rest of his numbers here. He is wild. That is his biggest issue. He's thrown 10 walks in 18 innings pitched. But he does strike out a lot, and he has given up very few hits. Only 9 hits in 18 innings pitched. So he's got a dynamite fastball, 95 miles an hour. He's exactly an average ground ball pitcher. It says high, 50%, I suppose is high. And then his fastball is rated 94. He's got a screwball, which I've seen him strike out quite a bit of batters this year on the screwball. And he's got a sinker that he mixes in occasionally. So we will see if Brian Kelly can get the job done today. There's the defensive alignment for the Tigers today. Only difference, again, is Bobby Ramos behind the plate. And a lot of these A's hitters are very fast. So Rusty McNealy, maybe the fastest of all of them, leading off against Brian Kelly. Ground ball to Brock at first. There's one down. Next up, Shooty Babitt. Babitt hits a grounder to Trammell. 2 down. That's going to bring up Tony Brewer. Brewer's got 14 bombs this season. Coming over from the Dodgers a couple seasons ago. Hits a grounder to third and a 1-2-3 inning for Brian Kelly. We go to the bottom of the first. Here's the Tigers' official lineup rundown. Batting leadoff in center field is Eddie Miller. Batting second in left field is Rickey Henderson. Batting third and DHing is Kirk Gibson. Batting cleanup at third base is Mickey Hatcher. Batting fifth at first base is Greg Brock. Batting sixth in right field is Andre Dawson. Batting seventh at second base is Sweet Lou Whitaker. Batting eighth at shortstop is Alan Trammell. And batting ninth and catching today is Bobby Ramos. Here's Matt Keough. This guy is having a career year, making his 18th start for Oakland. He's 8-4 with a 2.54 ERA, 67 Ks in 120 innings pitched. Not a strikeout pitcher. Look at his improvement with his walk to strikeout ratio. Last year he had more walks than strikeouts. The year before that, our first sim season, he walked 105 batters. So we straightened that out a bit. Only 101 hits in 120 innings pitched. The opponents are batting 217 against him. 4 complete games, 2 shutouts. Take a look here at his fastball. Tops out around 89 miles an hour. It's really his only decent pitch. He does have a changeup just below average with a slider and a spitball. Hey, that's illegal. And his overall rating is just average at 80, but he's killing it right now. We'll see if the Tigers lineup can give him a ERA boost. Here's the defense for the Oakland A's. Wow, they are not good defensively. Left field, right field, first base, all below 80. And their defensive standout is at second base with Remy. Okay, here's Eddie Miller leading off against Matt Keough. Miller just absolutely unstoppable since we stuck him in the starting role. And he's safe on an error by the catcher, former Detroit Tiger Ed Putman. So Miller on first. What's Putman's arm? 84, so he's pretty good, actually. Maybe we let Rickey swing away here against his old team instead of attempting a stolen base. Rickey 0 for 8 against Matt Keough. Oh, takes strike 3 looking. Okay, we're going to send Miller. Miller 6 out of 6 on the season. Let's see if Miller can make it 7 straight. Fastball, stolen base. Miller stealing bases like Rickey should be stealing. 7 in a row this season. Okay, so he's in scoring position for Gibby. We got Gibby in the 3 hole. He had a home run yesterday, his 15th, team leading 15. And now we've got a double steal possibility here with Miller and Gibby. I think we got to keep the pressure on. We're going to do for the double steal here. Let's hope he throws a spitball. Something slow. Right down the pipe, but everybody's safe. So 3 stolen bases so far. Miller's got 2 of them. Gibby's got another. And a chance here for Mickey Hatcher to get the Tigers ahead early. And there it is, a shot into the gap in right center field. Everybody scores. And Hatcher has himself a 2 RBI double. That is his 13th double on the season. And his team leading 56th RBI. All right, now the Brock Ness Monster steps up, and he gets a base hit to left field. Hatcher, we're going to hold him at third. We throw up the stop sign. It was only 25 feet? No, that's misrepresented, I think, of the situation. So it's first and third, 1 down. And if you remember yesterday's game, we tried to hit and run twice with Dawson, and he sucked. He just blew it each time. So we're just going to let him swing away here. This could be a double play. Oh, base hit that ekes past the shortstop. RBI single for Dawson. And the Tigers have 3 on the board here against Matt Keough. Feeling pretty good about our start. Next up is Sweet Lou. Lou, grounder to short. Will that be 2? Oh, nope. They only get the runner at second. That was Dawson. Out at second base. So first and third for Trammell. Trammell, the 8th batter this inning. Matt Keough at 22 pitches. Trammell should take a few here. Yeah, he takes a few. There we go. And another back to Keough. And that's the end of the inning. So Tigers get 3 runs. All started with the error by Ed Putman. And we go to the top of the second. Here's Kevin Mitchell, last year's Rookie of the Year. He had 19 homers last year, 17 so far this season. And Kelly strikes him out on a sinker. 1 down now for Kelvin Moore, and then he throws a screwball to Moore and strikes him out. Wow, could Kelly be our number 5 starter? I'm liking what he's got so far. And then Mike Davis hits a ground ball to third, and Hatcher tosses him out. So we go to the bottom of the second inning. Bobby Ramos leading off, the only player in the Tigers lineup that did not bat last inning. Ramos popping it up into the outfield grass. Tony Phillips makes the play. 1 down. Here's Eddie Miller. Miller popping it up. Same thing he did last time, but Putman dropped it. Matt Keough makes the play himself. Look at that. Keough calling off everybody. Doesn't trust his catcher. 2 down for Rickey, and Rickey goes oppo with a fly ball to right. And a 1-2-3 inning for Keough. He needed that. We go to the top of the third. Here's Ed Putman, former Detroit Tiger. Take a little bit longer look at him. Oh, look at that. 40 runs, 66 hits. He's looking like he's almost repeating last season. I'm sure you remember that last year was a strike-shortened year. Really played 110 games. So we're at 92 with this game. We're coming up to that mark as Kelly walks Putman. First base runner today for the A's. Next up is Tony Phillips. Phillips with the ground ball to first. And a 3-6-1 double play. Kelly getting over there to help turn 2. That's going to leave it to Jerry Remy. Oh, Kelly walks Remy on a close pitch. All fastballs. Runner on first for Rusty McNealy. So we're back to the top of the lineup. And McNealy, that looked like that could have been ball 4. Flies out to right center field, and that'll do it. So that's as long as, those 3 innings are as long as Kelly's pitched all season in one game. We go to the bottom of the third, and Gibby walks. That's the second walk today, right? So Gibson on first. We're going to hit and run with Mickey Hatcher. That's what he does well. Already driven in 2 runs with a double. And a stolen base by Gibson. His second stolen base. So 2 for Miller, 2 for Gibby. That was just high and inside. Buzzed the tower on Sticky Mickey. Oh, and he rips it right at the third baseman. Gibson gets back to second. So 1 out for Greg Brock. Brock, a number back to the pitcher. Is Gibby going to take third? He does. Keough probably should have looked him back. So runner on third for Andre Dawson. Dawson had a base hit and a ribby. And a wild pitch. Scores Gibson from third. We'll take the free run. 1-0 count to Dawson, and Dawson pops it up to first. Kelvin Moore makes the catch. We are going to the fourth. It's 4-0 Detroit. Shooty Babitt leading off against Brian Kelly. A comebacker to Kelly. Kelly tosses him out. 1 down. Tony Brewer up next, and another walk. This is the part of Kelly's game that really makes me nervous. He's up to 50 pitches and 3 walks. And then a stolen base by Brewer, down 4 runs. That is his 5th stolen base on the season, 5 out of 6. So he's in scoring position for Kevin Mitchell. Oh, an infield single that gets past Kelly. Oh no, that was a ground ball to short, and then Trammell heads up, goes to third to get the lead runner. Wow, that was not something I've seen before. Nothing quite exactly like that anyway. And there's the first hit of the ball game. It would have been great to have Kelly get a no-hitter in his first career start. But Kelvin Moore says no shot at that. And then Mike Davis, it's a ground ball to Brock, and Brock steps on the bag. We go to the bottom of the fourth. 4-0 Detroit. Here's Sweet Lou leading off. 2 for 13 in his career against Keough. Whitaker just does not hit righties well in this game. I don't know why, but flies out to right. Speaking of not hitting righties, last year Alan Trammell batted over 300. He was a team MVP, and he's like 50 points lower this season as Trammell gets a base hit. Runner on first for Bobby Ramos. Ramos 0 for 3, got a walk against Keough. Tack another walk on. Third walk for Keough. Eddie Miller up. Miller batting average under 500 finally. Let's see if he can get a hit, get it back up there. There we go, down the left field line. Can Ramos score from first? He does. A one-out triple by Miller, driving in 2 more runs. It's 6-0. And that is Miller's second double of the season, triple of the season, batting 500 with a 1,200 OPS. So yeah, we're going to ride the wave of Eddie Miller. They have the infield back with Rickey Henderson up. Oh, he strikes out. Come on. All he had to do was put the ball in play, and Miller was going to score. The crowd booing loudly, up 6 runs. Fickle crowd. Gibby walks for the 3rd time, right? I got to check that out. Gibby. Yeah, 3rd walk. 2 stolen bases. All right. We're up 6 runs. Otherwise, I'd have Gibby steal second base just for the statistic. But we're going to let Hatcher swing away here. And he hits a fly ball to right, and that'll be the 3rd out. So we go to the top of the 5th. 6-0 Detroit. Ed Putman leading off against Brian Kelly. Putman walked his first time, and he walks again. 4 walks for Kelly. I kind of feel like he's losing it a little bit here. Oh, never mind. Strikes out. Phillips come back with a strikeout against Tony Phillips, number 3 on the day. Next up is Jerry Remy. Remy gets a base hit into right field. Putman holds at second. No point in getting thrown out at third, down 6 runs. Back to the top of the lineup with Rusty McNealy. McNealy gets on base. Look at that. No slugging percentage, but a high OBP. So this is the guy who takes a walk. A number back to Kelly. And Kelly turns and fires to second, but too much speed with McNealy, beats out the potential double play. So first and third, Shooty Babitt up. And Babitt hits a ground ball to Trammell. Almost got through. And 5 scoreless innings for Kelly. That's more than we could have asked for. I think we're going to try to get 1 more out of him. He's got a bunch of righties coming up. And then maybe we'll play it by ear. Okay, we go to the bottom of the 5th. Greg Brock leading off. Brock 1 for 2 today. There's a home run to right field. Number 14 on the season. Brock showing some power from the number 5 spot. It's 7-0. And they're keeping him in there. Keough, 73 pitches. Maybe consider taking him out. Dawson strikes out. 3rd K to go with those 4 walks. 1 down now for Sweet Lou. Lou hits a ground ball to short. 2 out. Here's Trammell. And Trammell, another base hit into center field. Only the 7th hit for Tigers today. Seems like they have a lot more, but you factor in the error and the 4 walks. I guess we've been on base quite a bit. Ramos into the gap, all the way to the wall. Trammell should score. He does. 8-0 Detroit. That is Ramos's first double of the season. There we go. Bobby Ramos getting in on the fun, and they're going to bring in a reliever. It isn't very often that we see a opponent's pitcher get pulled before 5. They're going to bring in Rick Camp. 25th appearance this season. No record. 3.86 ERA. 19 strikeouts in 44 innings pitched. Opponents are batting .267 against him. He's got 2 saves and a bluey. Fastball. Wow, barely call it a fastball. It's actually slower than Dave Rozema's. It's 84 miles an hour. It's a sinking fastball. That's his only good pitch. He's got a slider that's respectable, a curve and a change, which, how would you know the difference? So, yeah, pretty solid pitcher. I always liked Rick Camp. He's a guy that sometimes I would trade for, but I never really realized he had a fastball that was 84 miles an hour. Okay, so here's Eddie Miller. Runner on second. Miller takes strike 3 looking. Too fast for Miller, I guess. We go to the top of the 6th. Let's take a look at the in-game stats. Player of the game, I mean, this is a tough call because Miller, 2 stolen bases and 2 RBIs. Gibby's been on base all 3 times. 3 walks with 2 stolen bases. Hatcher had the 2 RBI double. Brock had the home run. Dawson even has a hit. Trammell's got 2. I mean, it's a tough call. Okay, so Brian Kelly's at 84 pitches. He could probably go 110. I'm not sure we want to do that, but we'll try to get him through one more inning here. Starting with Tony Brewer. Brewer liner at Hatcher at the hot corner. There's 1 down. Kevin Mitchell up next with a slow roller to Trammell at short. 2 quick outs. Here's Kelvin Moore. And an awesome screwball strikes him out. Shoot, we can bring him back out for another inning, I think. As we go to the bottom of the 6th, 8-0 Detroit. We needed a game like this. After, I mean, just summarily getting our asses kicked. In fact, that was the first time I've swore all game. So you know it's good. As Henderson flies out to right. Here's Gibby. Not a single plate appearance yet today. And he gets a base hit, a double over the head of the first baseman. Oh, it's not a guaranteed double. We're going to go for it, though. And Gibby is safe at second. Nicely done. That is Gibson's only his 9th double this season. Gibby having a, well, I would say career year, but he's doing pretty well. Okay, so 1 down, runner on second. Here's Mickey Hatcher. Another RBI opportunity for Hatcher. Base hit up the middle. That should score Gibby. Oh, do we want to send him home? I mean, why not? I mean, we're up 8. And Gibson is safe. Give Hatcher another RBI. 3rd ribby. 9-0 Detroit. Next up is Greg Brock. He's got 1 dong and a grounder to second, and that's a double play. Oh, man. So that'll end the inning. We go to the 7th inning. Brian Kelly at 98 pitches. I know we're pushing it here. We're going to play by ear. If somebody gets on, we'll yank them. Let's let him pitch to Mike Davis, a lefty. 0 for 2 today, batting .282 versus right-handers. Get some good wood on it to right center, but the play is made by Dawson. 1 down. Here's Ed Putman. He's walked twice today. 3 times for Putman. And now we've got a switch hitter and a lefty and a lefty. So we're going to take out Kelly. 103 pitches in his major league first start. We're going to bring in a left-hander. Now, we've pitched Bruce Robbins all 4 games in Toronto. His last outing was okay, but the first 3 were bad. So we're going to bring in Keith Comstock, who's really not that, as a lefty, not that great at getting out lefties. Take a look here. He's only thrown 35 innings, so we're going to give him some work here. ERA's at 3.34. Walks more than we like. Strikeout to innings pitch ratio is pretty good for this decade, and opponents are batting .246 against him. He's got a save and a bluey. Okay, so here he is against Tony Phillips, batting .237 versus lefties. He was .290, I think it said, versus righties. And Kami gets him to pop up into foul ground. Play is made by Brock. 2 down. Jerry Remy up next. Remy 1 for 1 with a walk today. And a ground ball to first. Brock steps on the bag. There we go. Good job by Comstock. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Andre Dawson leading off against Rick Camp. Ooh, that looked like it could have been ball 4. Nope, it would have been a strike. As Dawson grounds out to third. Here's Whitaker. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Him and Henderson are, I'm sorry, you probably don't care, but I got to show you this. So, he went, 9 for 10. He got a hit in that next at bat, and now he's been hitless ever since. So Rickey, and he had a day off in there. So Rickey's struggling. Here's Sweet Lou, 0 for 3 today. 2 for 3 with a home run against Camp in his career. And Whitaker walks. Next up is Trammell. And Trammell pulls it into the left on a line. 2 down. Bobby Ramos, he's got a hit today. There's a double with an RBI. He hits a ground ball to short, and that'll do it. We go to the top of the 8th. We're going to let Kami pitch to McNealy, and then we'll bring in a righty. McNealy, pulls it down the right field line for a single. Should have been 2. I wonder if McNealy will run down 9 in the 8th. So we're going to bring in Tom Hume, who we have really abused this season. He's been our whipping boy, and he's done pretty well, actually. 44th game, youch. That leads the American League. 1-0 with a 3.23 ERA. Doesn't really strike out very many. Every other inning, it looks like he gets a strikeout. Putman 250, 3 saves, 1 bluey. Shooty Babitt. Nobody out. McNealy on first. Is he going? Oh, I guess he's going with a base hit. Babitt gets a base hit into right. First and second now. Nobody out for Tony Brewer. And another hit. Oh, McNealy will score. Oh, no, he holds it third. Are they setting it up for a grand slam? Is that what the game is doing here with Kevin Mitchell up? So 3 consecutive base hits. Everybody moved up 1. Playing back. We'll play for a double play, obviously. We're up 9 runs. Mitchell's going to dump it into right center field. Little duck snort. That's going to score 2. And it's 9-2. One of those runs goes to Comstock, the other to Hume. There's still nobody out, folks. Oh, come on. This is bullshit. Now I can feel free to swear because, that is 5 consecutive singles. And what can I do? There's nothing you can do. Do I bring in a left-hander for 1 batter? No, we can't do that. Base is loaded. Nobody out. Hume strikes out Davis. So he didn't get a single right-hander out, and he strikes out the first left-hander. That makes no sense at all. Here's Ed Putman. Striking out Putman. So finally he's getting it together. And now the switch hitter, Tony Phillips, is up. And this is the time to bring in a left-hander. And that's going to be Capizzello. Cappy gets lefties out pretty well, but he's a switch hitter. He's going to turn around, bat right-handed. And Cappy gets right-handers out pretty good too, actually. Let's see what happens here. Pop up into right center field, and the play is made. The A's get 2 runs on the board. They rattled off 5 hits in a row. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning, 9-2. Here's Eddie Miller. Miller walks. Oh, I'd love to steal, but we're not going to do that. It's the wrong thing to do. Okay, Rickey Henderson. I want to steal with Henderson like how I feel with Miller. Miller, I want to steal every time he gets on base. Henderson, I'm apprehensive every time as Henderson pops out. He goes 0 for 5 today. Holy crap, that's terrible. In a game like this, he did get 2 stolen bases, I guess. Oh, an error by the third baseman, and Gibby is safe. So the second error, this one is on Kevin Mitchell. One down, runners on first and second, and Hatcher hits a grounder to short. So we go to the top of the ninth. Remy, McNealy, and Babitt are up, and we're going to try to get through this with George Capizzello. Cappy gets Remy to pop it up. Almost right back to Cappy on the mound. Popped up in front of home plate. So I'm assuming Ramos made the catch. Oh, then he drills McNealy. There's no reason for that. Gosh darn it. Now we got righties up. We're going to give Capizzello a chance to get through this. He is an all-star after all. Yeah, this is... There's nothing... Again, I feel like I have no right to complain, but, I mean, this is how it goes. There's nothing you can do now. You just got to play it out as Brewer strikes out. And now it's Cappy versus Kevin Mitchell. Grounder to third, just up on the bag. There we go. Tigers win 9-2. Breaking our 4-game losing streak. That was just horrible. Let's take a look at the standings. No trade offers. Let's take a look at the standings here. And we gain a half game back on the idle New York Yankees. We're going to face them coming up soon. I think right after the series, right? So that'll be a tight one. And let's take a look at the transactions. Trade deadline coming up. Is there a trade? Oh, there is a trade. We got the trade card up. It is Gary Ward of Minnesota going to Philadelphia for Kevin Gross. Let's go ahead and just take a look at those two players here. Gary Ward, everyday right fielder for the Phillies now. Looks like he was crushing it. Well, his average was sucky. Solid defensive player. And a good arm. And Kevin Gross, a young Kevin Gross, potential starting pitcher in single A. And pretty solid. Okay. So, and nothing else. There's our trade, as you already know. So, let's go ahead and pull up the box score and get out of here. Thanks for watching, guys. A much-needed victory. Tigers win 9-2. Who's the player of the game? There could be many, many options here. I almost want to give it to Brian Kelly, who did not give up a run. But I think we're going to give it to Mickey Hatcher. 2 for 3 with 3 RBI today. He did have a double. I think that's pretty solid. I mean, Brock hit a home run. But I think Hatcher did more to contribute. In fact, he had the game-winning RBI, so that makes me feel better about it. Brian Kelly gets the win in his first start, going 3-0. He walked 5. We know that's going to be a problem. But only gave up 2 hits. Tom Hume was just throwing bullets right down the middle of the plate. Now we're getting beat around the infield and the outfield. So he gave up a run, as did Comstock. Capizzello did a nice job. Matt Keough takes the loss. He's 8-5. On the season, we're going to come back tomorrow with Game 2 of the 3-game series. Until then, everyone, have a great night.